that an invisible, unbreakable red thread connects all those who desire to be together. The decision to begin the long journey in the foster care process and adoption is not an easy one or one that should be taken lightly. It is through many questions and many hours of pondering and praying that this decision should be made. There are 4 key questions in the first step of making the decision that you should ask yourself. First, what outcome am I looking for? Do I want to foster a child for a short time in my home? Do I want to adopt a child? Or do I want to provide respite care, which is temporary, short-term care to relieve some of the stress on those families in need? Second, are you prepared to wait for the right child to come into your care? This can be a long and arduous process of having children come in and out of your care that don't quite fit. Not every family is for every child, and vice versa. The third question is, what age of child am I hoping for? Are my spouse and I looking for an infant, a toddler, a young child, or a teenager? Children come in all shapes and sizes and ages. What are you prepared for in your home? The last question, which is also a poignant one and an important one for the DCF process, is, am I willing to foster a sibling group? Am I willing to take in more than one child at a time? You may already have children, so consider this one with a lot of thought and prayer. The second step is making the commitment and considering the following key items. First, economic cost. What is the cost of bringing more children into your home? What are their needs? Do they have clothing? Most children come into custody without very much. So what am I going to need to purchase? There is an economic stipend that comes with children that are in foster care, but that is to facilitate the child's needs, not to ensure that your family can run smoothly. So consider that when you're thinking about children and how many children you're willing to foster. Next would be the emotional cost. What is the emotional cost? And what does that entail? It entails being willing to bring a child into your home for a short time and facilitating and fostering positive growth while you have them. Not all children stay in foster care permanently. Many children go home. They go home after their parents have received training and help for their needs to ensure that their children are safe. Therefore, you might not have children very long, so once you're attached, you need to be prepared to let them go. The third step is get educated. Know your rights. Know your responsibilities as a foster parent. Every state has different rules and regulations regarding what a foster parent can and can't do. Some of them may seem ridiculous, such as in Vermont, you cannot cut a foster child's hair without the permission of the court or DCF. But the court and DCF get their permission from the birth parents, and the birth parents might have some really, to you, weird ideas about cutting hair. So it's kind of a funny one, but it can cause a lot of stress between the foster family and the birth family and DCF. So consider that. And with that, I would also ask people that I know what their experiences have been. Have they had positive experiences? Have they had negative experiences? What has it been like for their family, for their children, for everyone involved to care for a child that has come from a rather rough background? Or in some cases, their background is just fine. Their parents just did not know how to facilitate appropriately. So, you have to consider it. And also not hold what the parents or the reason why the child's come into care against the child. Fourth, I would say you need to make a connection. Make a connection with DCI, the Department of Child and Family Services. Reach out to them. Tell them your intention. Do the application. Get your home ready. You will have to have a special investigator come to your home, so you need to be prepared for that. And what steps you need to do in order to prepare your home. You also will have a background check. So be honest. Be upfront. Don't hide anything from them. Because it's worse when they find things out that you've hidden than if you were just upfront and honest to begin with. Once you're licensed, you will get a letter like this that states your address and name, as well as the rule under which you're licensed, the maximum number of children you can have in your home. In my family's case, we can have 2 children placed in our home. Conditions, if there are any conditions, such as if you request not to have any children with special needs, that would go there. For us, there are no conditions. The expiration date. Licenses are good for up to 3 years. So that means we're going to have to redo this process in 3 years. Whether we've adopted children, have other children, or whatever, it doesn't matter. 3 years. There are also requirements for the licensing that require you to take classes. The course books are quite large. It's kind of like taking an extra class for college. These are 2 of my 3 course books. And when on completion, you get this lovely little certificate that says you've completed the class. And they're beneficial. They teach you a lot about the foster care process. And if you're looking to go to adoption. So the 3rd manual I was talking about is our Fostering to Forever, an adoption class. Because we are looking to adopt our foster child. So altogether, it seems like a lot. It's a very quick process in some realms. It's about a 2-year process to get everything done if you're looking to adopt. If you're just looking to foster, it can take about 6 months. So really consider, what are you looking for? So go back to those questions you initially asked yourself. What outcome are you looking for? Are you prepared? What age of children are you hoping for? And are you willing to take on siblings?